My name is Christine Alexis. I'm 27 years old. And an interesting fact about me is I'm double jointed.
What's up, guys? My name is Skyy Royal, and I love to make people think about how amazing they are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kendall Long. This is Down to Date, the podcast where we bring two complete strangers, put them together in a podcast studio, and see if they are a match made in podcast heaven. Today, we have Christine and Skyy. And guys, I am at the edge of my seat. We're going to see if they are down to date.
I don't even know what to say. I'm entranced by this puppy. Hello.
I have to say,
good. How are you?
Bringing a puppy into the studio is a game changer. This is the first time we've had a dog in the studio, and I like it.
I'm floored. Hello, I'm Christine.
Oh, Skylar. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And who's this?
Fluffy.
Appropriately named.
All right, so we have Christine and Skyy in the podcast studio today, and we are going to see if they are down to date.
Ooh, yeah.
We're going to take off with a little bit of story time. So I'm just interested in getting to know a little bit about your background, your life, what made you the person that you are today. Okay. I think we're going to start off with Skyy. So I'm going to have 1 minute on the clock, and you're going to tell us your life story with as much detail as possible in 1 minute. Are you ready? We're just going to hit the floor running.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, so I just turned 26 in July. So my life is pretty spiritually crazy. Been through a lot. I guess in a short time I've been alive. I've been into a car accident that ended up killing me at the age of 15 years old. Yeah, I was ejected out of the vehicle 30, 45 miles an hour. I was in a coma for about 2 weeks after that. Wow. And then after I woke up from that coma 2 years after I graduated high school and got into a bad car accident and fractured my left arm into pieces, which led me into what I do now, massage therapy. So, I mean, those two things are very life-defining.
That's a great way to start it off.
And those things have led me into wanting to make people feel good because of all the trauma that we talked about before that led me into where I'm at right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, I mean, that is time for your 1 minute, but that's such a strong way to start your life story, but I feel like it defines a lot about who you are.
Most definitely.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get into Christine. You have 1 minute on the clock.
Oh.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, and your mark, get set, go.
So I am 27 years old. I have 3 other siblings, so there's 4 of us. Okay. I'm third oldest. Okay. And I got to start with my family because they define so much of who I am. We're all pretty close, big family of ours. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Ooh. I moved to LA 4 years ago. Okay. I would say that's my most life-defining moment because I almost want to erase everything that came before. I feel like I know who I am now.
Wow.
Fun little known fact about me, I was a competitive cheerleader for 4 years. Wow. Always been athletic my entire life. I think I'm a go-getter to a fault sometimes. I love binge watching TV. I love to laugh.
Love it.
And yeah, I love dogs, so points.
Hey. Then we on it. Cool.
You knew with the dog.
Spiritual knowing.
All right. Well, now that we know a little bit about each other, we're going to make it a little bit uncomfortable in here.
Okay.
This is the jar of questions you never want to bring up on a first date.
Oh my God.
Is there anything, Christine, that you do not want to pull out of this jar? Any topics?
Oh my God. Actually, no. I'm ready.
Because
if you're trying to hide, you can leave right now.
Right.
Yes. How about you, Skyy? You're not one to hide.
100%
You're not
what
one
you
to
just
hide.
said. Yes, we on the same page.
All right, Christine. First question from the forbidden jar. Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get this one. Ooh, how many relationships have you been in?
Ooh. If I had to put a number on the relationships, count, and I mean count by length of time.
Mm-hmm.
He only counts relationships if they go past 6 months, just to catch everybody up.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
I
count
need that caveat.
the short ones. Yeah. 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think about that using your same unit of measurement, 6 months. I'm going to say 2. Then.
We on the same page?
Then. All right, so similar. Okay. Similar numbers of relationships.
The rest, I guess, they didn't make it past the cut.
Right.
They didn't make it. All right. Your turn, Skyy.
Let's pick the green. Let's see what the green is talking about.
Okay.
So who did you vote for the last election?
I'm so glad that question was in this jar.
Yes.
I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Who did you vote for?
So I don't know if you're going to like this one, but I'm a big conspiracy truther. And when I voted for Obama last election, I found out a lot of things about what he did that I wasn't necessarily happy with. So this election, I found out a lot more things about how they're actually connected. So I didn't vote at all this election.
You didn't vote at all?
I didn't vote.
Wow.
Well, this brings up a good point. How important do you think similar political beliefs are in a relationship? Christine, I'm going to start off with you.
Ooh, I'm going to say they're very important.
Okay.
I'm just way too transparent about what I believe to tiptoe around someone who doesn't believe the same thing.
Right.
And it's not necessarily saying that you need to mirror exactly how I feel about everything.
Right.
But in our climate today and like what it means with who you throw your political support behind,
right.
It's just too big of a topic for me not to be on the same page with who I'm dating. So it's really important.
Gotcha.
How about you, Skyy?
To have a solidified view on certain things is a little bit closed-minded, like our parents' generation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you find out certain information about certain people, obviously take it with a grain of salt, but apply it. And a lot of people, I feel like, when we find out certain things, we kind of tune it out if we don't want to hear it. We don't want to relate it to the person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at with that one.
Yeah. Ooh, politics already. I'm liking it.
It's getting spicy in here.
All right, let's change the subject, Christine.
Let's get a little.
Totally respect that, though.
You as well.
Yeah.
I definitely respect your thought process behind it.
For sure.
Ooh, this is a good follow-up. What are your thoughts on same-sex marriage?
Okay. I have no objections against it because I have a good amount of friends that are, lesbians. I have a few gay friends. While I don't agree with the attraction aspect, because it's obviously not what I view as, but I definitely am not going to disagree with somebody else's wants for their happiness for sure. I think that's all, go for it.
Mm-hmm. And you think they should be allowed to like live their love proudly, like get married and have kids and adopt and.
I mean, I think it should be in the same way as opposite sex marriage, is that it shouldn't be something that should be promoted. Like, I mean, your sexual orientation doesn't define you, but we allow it to define the LGBT community. And I feel like while I understand the struggle they had to go through,
mm-hmm.
it shouldn't define you. It's your characteristics and who you are as a person should define you, as opposed to your orientation of what you want to do or who you want to do it with, whatever the case is. Like that.
So you're saying that shouldn't be the main topic of conversation in like your sexuality shouldn't be the main topic that distracts for who you are? Or?
It shouldn't be like, I feel like with LGBT people, and I hate to put them in that aspect, Flap, just chill. We put a lot of emphasis on what they do. And as long as they're not flamboyant and over the top and trying to get everybody to agree with them, then that's cool. Do what you do.
Interesting.
But don't sit there and try to push me on it to accept it. Even if I do accept it, that's not something, you understand where I'm kind of coming from?
I see.
It shouldn't be pushed. It should be accepted but not pushed. I mean, if it's something you do, that's something you do, but it shouldn't be the first thing that defines you. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. Interesting take.
What about you?
Yeah. That is a hot take. Sorry, just processing that. I do believe in same-sex marriage. I think it should be allowed for same-sex couples,
right.
The same way that heterosexual couples are allowed to get married. I think it's one of those things that shouldn't really be defined by like a legal clause or the government, the way like marriage is such an institution and it's a lot of paperwork. Actually, there's so much to it besides the love aspect. Mm-hmm. So I totally believe LGBTQ couples should have that right, and who are we to say no?
Right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Who are we to say no?
Right.
All right. Next.
Do your thing.
All right, girl. You want it. I like the way you think. Okay. Good topic. Homeschool or public school?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with public school.
Okay.
Because I grew up going to public school. And while, public school in Brooklyn, for that matter, it's a very unique experience. Mm-hmm. I think I don't know who I'd be if I didn't go, I guess. I don't know. homeschooling was never really in the cards for my family. It was very much like you go to school, you achieve, whatever that degree or diploma, whatever status that is, and you move on. So I'm cool with the traditional setting. I'm not opposed to homeschooling, I'll say. Right. I don't know that I could take that on. I don't know if I could be my child's mother, the person who wipes their tears, the person who teaches them on a daily basis, the person who puts them on timeout, the person who has to grade them. That's a lot of responsibility.
Got it.
That's where I kind of draw the line.
I can dig it. You're cute. For me...
The dog or Christine?
Oh, both.
Both. Kendall.
For sure. So just like the way you view things, I'm not opposed to homeschooling. But my experience with public schooling, even though, like you're saying, it definitely defines me and it made me who I am and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff about public school I didn't like, my experience-wise. Like, I was never a popular kid. I wasn't good at sports. I wasn't musically inclined. I wasn't academically inclined. So if you don't have a certain niche to belong to in school can be definitely a long and lonely road.
That's very true.
And it can be very depressing for a lot of people because the way it is now, I mean, even back in the day, I can't speak for back in the day because I didn't live back in the day, but I mean, from when I was a kid till now, I mean, now people got to pay for everything that we didn't have to pay for when we were in school. And now they're taking away a lot of programs we did have when we were in school. So school is not the same that it was when we were kids. So I'm not for it anymore because of the way it's so corrupted and it's a business. It's not about the educational format. It's not about teaching and making people leaders. It's about regurgitating and creating employees. That's the only problem I have with it. So with the fact of what you're saying, that is a lot of work. But when you know that your kid has a lot of greatness, it's worth putting in every ounce of work. I know it's hard, though.
No, that's deep.
I know it's hard, though.
Man, we have politics, sexual orientation, and children that we've been talking about so far. And we've only just begun. After this break, we are going to have a little bit of fun and do game time just to kind of get rid of all those serious topics. We will be right back. All right, so this is the first holiday season that I went to Joe's family's place in Chicago for Thanksgiving, and it was absolutely amazing. But the one thing that was really, really hard was catching up on sleep and actually having a sound sleep with all the time changes, with all the traveling and the crazy parties that are going on. And that is why you should definitely try Calm. It's the #1 app for sleep and relaxation. It can really transform your night, which means way, way better days. I know I am a lot better to deal with during the day if I get a full sleep at night. And within Calm, there's a lot of amazing sleep stories, which are basically like bedtime stories for adults. And they have a lot of amazing voices, including Nick Offerman and LeVar Burton. So these are some really calm voices that'll soothe you into a gentle, loving sleep. You can go to calm.com/long and you'll get 25% off a Calm premium subscription. Guys, go to calm.com/long, LONG, and you'll get 25% off of a Calm premium subscription. It includes hundreds of sleep stories and a ton of their content, like smooth music from artists like Sam Smith, guided meditations, breathing exercise, and honestly, so much more. I absolutely love meditating. It just gets me in a really good mindset, and Calm is an amazing place to find so many meditations you can listen to. Over 60 million people use Calm. Join them today and get the sleep you need tonight. Honestly, we all need a good sleep before Santa comes the next morning. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/long. It comes with unlimited access to Calm's entire library, and new content is added every week. Get started today at calm.com/long. That's calm.com/long. I just spent my first holiday in Chicago, and let me tell you, the weather is a force to be reckoned with, especially with shoes. And I would not have had the right shoes had it not been for Shoe Dazzle. Shoe Dazzle completely saved me with some really awesome winter weather shoes. Shoe Dazzle is the first monthly fashion service to bring a personalized boutique experience to shoe addicts and style fanatics everywhere, and I include myself in that group. Every month, Shoe Dazzle debuts a new selection of exclusive and brand name shoes, handbags, and more, including a custom online showroom curated to your individual style preferences. So they have a lot of shoes on the site. If you take a quick 60-second style quiz, it'll make it a personal, catered list of shoes perfect for you. And honestly, before I discovered Shoe Dazzle, I would spend so much money on other brands I will not name specifically, but I was spending a lot of money on winter boots because they can get really pricey. And with Shoe Dazzle, their booties are completely affordable. My favorite ones that I got were the Wina Flat Duck Boot, and that's perfect for cold, wet weather. I also got the Latova Everyday Flat Boot, which is great to cover your calves too from the chilly weather. And honestly, they just have amazing styles and they refresh them every month. Also, make sure you enter in your email address when you take the style quiz, as you'll receive exclusive discounts and the inside scoop about new collections that haven't been released yet. But before I forget, Shoe Dazzle is offering my listeners an exclusive deal. Get your first Shoe Dazzle style for as low as $10 as a VIP. That's 75% off your first item with my special link. Just go to shoedazzle.com/long to take advantage of this deal now. That's shoedazzle.com/long to get your first style for as low as $10 as a VIP. You can also get free shipping on orders over $39, and there's absolutely no commitment when you purchase your first order. shoedazzle.com/long. That's shoedazzle.com/long. LONG. I have been on a plane so much this year, and when you're on a plane, it's so difficult to have the right temperature. I am either super hot and stuffy and claustrophobic, or freezing cold because everyone has their fans on. And the thing that saved me during this time, during the holiday season where I'm traveling everywhere, is the Ember Wave. The Ember Wave is a device that goes on your wrist, and it acts as your personal heater or cooler. And it does this by amazing science, but basically it either attracts heat to your wrist or away from your wrist with a scientific phenomenon known as the Peltier effect. And it was designed by 3 MIT scientists, and it is a revelation in your own personal heating and cooling comfort. All you do is press to activate Ember Wave for a burst of heating or cool. This sensation pairs with your body and mind to make you feel more comfortable in a matter of minutes. It works that quickly. And temperatures are completely personal. Everyone's idea of comfortable is so unique. I know Joe and I have complete opposite body temperatures going on. I usually run really hot, surprisingly, and Joe usually runs really cold, and his feet are freezing. And this Ember Wave literally has saved us when we're in bed. Cyber Monday sale listeners get $60 off if they go to emberwave.com/long. That's EMBRWAVE.com/long. We're going to lighten it up a little bit with game time. Are both of you guys ready to get loose a little bit?
Yes.
Shake it up. You're ready.
Let's go.
This is the Wheel of Games.
Oh my God.
Games.
Colors.
Echo effect. Here we have a lot of different topics. Some you might be a little more scared of, some that are just very lighthearted. We are going to have Christine. I'm going to have you spin the Wheel of Games and see what topic we have.
Okay, be good to me. Oh, that was a short spin.
That was a very short spin.
Oh my God, my last text message?
Last text message. Bring it out, girl. Bring out that phone.
Let's see it.
I want to see that last text message.
God.
No cheating.
Oh my God, okay.
That's a good one.
This is a terrible one.
That's a good one.
Transparency
Also,
is key.
It can't be from the producer.
Yes, not the text message saying you are here.
Well, here's the last text message someone sent me.
Last text message from Justin Lee. LOLLLL. People actually really like it because THWY. They didn't expect it. Ooh. Well, should we go through the line of the text message? Okay. I'll just start from where it is. I'm actually feeling much better, thank God. Were you feeling? Oh, you're feeling
I was under
sick?
the weather.
Under the weather? LMA, nah, I never judge. To each his own. I'm just not a full costume guy, but I would never wear a mask.
This is where the conversation went, talking about masks.
And Christine says, that's the worst. Honestly, masks are for ugly.
This is...
Yeah.
Beep, you don't need that.
You don't need that word.
I am going to make this a clean version of the text message. I never thought about that. You are right. Last Halloween, I came into the office in my Rasta Dreads hat, though. Christine said, see, but that's cute, LL, plus you're Jamaican. It works.
True.
LL, people actually really like it because they didn't expect it. You know, this is not as criminalizing as I expected it to.
Oh my God.
You won.
Halloween costumes are a strong subject.
This week, at least.
Who's this person?
Justin is a friend of mine.
Okay.
A close friend that I've gone on dates with, actually.
Nice.
But still just a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Halloween costumes. Why not?
Just, casual chatting. That one was intense. Did we get to like throw it back to the person?
Yes. Well, actually, let's see. What was your last text message you sent, Skyy? Let's put the shoe on the other foot.
Thank you.
Hey, if she had to expose it, you have to expose it too.
Okay.
Yeah, just gotta give us something.
See if I have anything to hide. Let's see.
No cheating. Last text message.
Okay, let me see.
It's a long turnaround time.
You can hear a pin drop in this podcast studio right now. All right, we have a picture of a Halloween night. It seems that it is for an event. Got it, bro. Thank you, is what Skyy says. This person, I will have to say, this person is not named. You did not save the number.
No, this
So
is
that says a lot.
Okay, yeah.
About relationships. If you don't save the number, it's not someone that you're normally really familiar with.
No.
You're welcome. Purchase tickets for the event. I'm gonna get mine later after I get paid today. Okay. Well, what event is this?
So this is
also
a guy.
this is like a lot calmer of a text message.
Yeah, for real. It's a guy I had met at some event I did a massage at, or a bunch of massages at, and he's a party promoter, and so he hit me with a bunch of like tickets, Eventbrite situations. So I might go, I might not. We'll see what happens with that.
'Tis the story of the life in LA. Might go, might not go to a party. You know,
Yeah.
which one you choose.
It's so LA.
All right. So after game time, we're going to go more in depth. I feel like there's a lot of depth that we have to go with you guys.
All right.
In front of you, you have a pile of flashcards. You're going to be interviewing each other, but I want both of you to answer the questions just because I want to get to know more about both of you. I'm actually going to be stepping out during this portion of the
What?
program. I will not be the
Okay.
distraction. You guys are on your own. I trust you.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Shall I go first? Shall you go first?
Ladies first. Ladies always
Ladies
first.
first?
Always.
Okay. So the first question is, how do you think I feel about you?
Oh. Okay, so I have a feeling that so obviously I feel like you're attracted to me. I feel like you like my energy. It's cool, calm, and collective. And even though we have strong opinions on things, that is something that we could possibly definitely come to an agreement on a lot of things that we don't necessarily agree with.
Interesting. I'm not going to confirm nor deny, but I will answer the question myself. I think that you're attracted to me. I think that you feel like I might challenge you on some of the things that we both feel strongly about. But I do think that you see that I'm an open-minded person as well. And that you think that there could be more there.
You hit the nail on the head. I'm not going to deny that.
All right. You're up next.
Okay, so what 3 traits do you like most about the person or people you're with?
I'm with.
Does that mean like, oh, okay, so I guess.
About you.
About me, yeah.
3 things that I like about you. I love your style. You
Thank
came
you.
dressed to impress, and I
Thank
can
you.
appreciate that when a guy puts in effort. Like, appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
I like how calm and collected you are when you answer a question.
Thank you.
Because it gives me the impression that you're really thinking about what you're gonna say. I think that's also important, especially because sometimes I knee-jerk react. So I kind of like that you are opposite of me with that. And the third thing, I mean, I gotta just shout out Fluffy because I love your dog.
Thank you.
Like, come on, that's
Thank
great.
you.
I'm gonna flip the question on you.
Okay. So the 3 traits I like about you. Ooh, okay. So the first thing I noticed, you have beautiful skin color.
Thank you.
Incredibly. You're welcome. You have an energy, as soon as I walked into the room, that kind of just shines. You very, very have this welcoming energy. And then the third thing, I like the fact that you would challenge me, and the fact that you wouldn't be a pushover, that you would be somebody that would always keep me thinking. That's good.
It's a fact.
That's good. I like that a lot.
All right. Next question. Okay. Okay, I like this one. I did a little peeking. Sorry, guys. When you get older, would you rather have the mind or body of a 25-year-old?
I would say
Interesting.
the body, because the body, being a massage therapist, I know how the body roots to the mind.
Oh, okay.
So as long as your body is good, your mind is going to reflect your body.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to agree with you on that
100%.
because being that I'm 27 now, I'm thinking about the way my mindset was 2 years ago. Definitely don't want that when I'm older. I am so looking forward to the knowledge and the wisdom that comes with age.
Yes.
I'll take the 25-year-old
yes, body. Yes. Loving it. Okay. So what holds you back? It's kind of a vague question, but
dang, that's so deep. What holds me back? Let
me add that. What holds you back from achieving your ultimate goals? That's a better one.
What holds me back from achieving my ultimate goals, career-wise, life-wise, everything-wise, is just Fluffy's over here snoring. She's throwing me off. I would say what holds me back is insecurity, just grappling with self-doubt.
Yeah.
I can attack something confidently, but within that same millisecond, there's the other little voice on the side of my shoulder saying, hold on now, are you sure? Just very much like questioning my, what's the word I'm looking for? My beliefs and just like how I'm presenting myself to the world. I feel like I'm constantly insecure about that. It may not always show, but on the inside, I definitely am. And I think that very much holds me back in certain situations where I want to be organic. I want to just be free flowing. And I'm just worried about what this person's going to think of me when we leave the room. So that definitely holds me back. And I would say my lack of self-discipline sometimes.
Man.
I'm going to just keep it all the way honest on that one.
Yo, you hit everything you said is the way I feel about me as well. I think mine is a little bit less than yours, but it's definitely the same exact of what you're dealing with. I know I have like a amazing amount of talent and amazing amount of energy and love and appreciation to give to somebody. But just always having that little self-doubt situation where past experiences come into play, or just knowing that you're gonna give yourself to somebody, but are they gonna reciprocate that, or are they gonna
receive it the way you want? Exactly.
And then are they going to everything you said is
all right.
The nail on the head with that.
On that note, I am interrupting.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Cute pants, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say your outfit is fly.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Thank you. It's very 70s today.
It's on brand.
So it's obvious you guys have no issue going in depth, which is something that I really, really love. We are going to take a quick break. When we get back, we are going to get into honesty time. Da-da-da-da-da. Honesty time. Welcome back to Down Today. I have Christine in the studio. Skyy went to take his little puppy Fluffy out for a walk. So we're going to have a little bit of girl time. I want to know what's inside your brain. There's a lot of conversations you had in the beginning where I feel like maybe you butt heads a little bit, or maybe you didn't see eye to eye. How do you feel about that?
That doesn't really bother me that we didn't see eye to eye. I actually love that, because I think when you meet somebody, we're so focused on putting our best foot forward. And then it's when the other shoe drops that you realize, like, oh my God, like, we don't really mesh on anything. So I kind of like that we got that out the way first.
Yeah.
I think it gave me a better idea of who he is. With that being said, there's some things I want to challenge him on. But,
ooh, yes. And that's the one thing that I love about dynamic relationships, because you don't always have to have the same viewpoint.
Right.
But it's sometimes interesting to have a different perspective on something, and it's refreshing in a way. And there definitely wasn't, and one thing I love about you is that you didn't have the fear to challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's something that he really appreciated as well. So without giving anything away about your choice, what are some, are there any red flags, if there are any?
There is a bit of a red flag, I would say. Because at the same time, while I do love how, like, we have different strong opinions, I'm just a little concerned just like what it would be like just organically hanging out. Like, is everything going to turn into a debate? Because, that's the tendency sometimes when you feel so strongly about things to throw out kind of declarative statements, and like, then it turns into like, well, why do you feel like that? So I just wonder what it would be like not talking about such serious things. Can we just organically mesh?
And does he have like a chill personality, like that can just let loose and have fun? Because you mentioned that was something that was really important to you.
It's super important to me.
You also mentioned that athleticism is really important to you, and one of the first things this guy said when he came in here was, I'm not good at sports.
Yeah, I know.
And as soon as you said that, I was thinking about what you were thinking. What was going through your mind at that point?
Oh my God, that definitely hit me in my heart a little bit because I still love sports. Like, it's such a big part of my life, not just playing it, but watching it. Like, I'm the type of girl to like NBA and chill. Like, I want to like pull up on the couch and watch some sports with you and talk trash and like I said, just kind of keep that easygoing vibe because I think that balances out all the other intensity. Like I'm very much love to mentally spar with somebody, but at the same time, like it kind of bums me out that he's not into that.
Yeah. I almost feel I see Skyy as someone who's very intense, the most laid back, intense person that I've met. Yes. Does that make sense? Like he has like this intensity and strong opinions and passion, obviously, about what he's been through in his life. But he presents it in such a chill, laid back way.
You know what he reminds me of? An iceberg.
An iceberg? In what way?
Because you get some at the top. It's obviously a little intimidating when you roll up on one, but what you don't know is 70% of its mass is below the surface.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's him.
I guess the main question is, are you curious to see what's below the surface of that iceberg?
Ooh.
And we'll fade off and keep it a mystery until you choose. But I'm intrigued. I am interested to see ultimately what you decide. At the end of this, you guys are going to decide if you're down to date or not. What do you think Skyy's answer is going to be?
I think his answer is going to be yes.
Why wouldn't it be? I mean, come on. But why do you believe that? You were getting some vibes from him. He's interested.
Yeah, I was getting some vibes. He's not shy about that.
Yes.
But like in a good way, just like, and I appreciate that in a guy who's like letting me know, how he feels. I think he'll be down. He already made it very clear that he loves the way I challenge him, and I could do that for days. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Bring it on.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to bring Skyy in the studio and see what he thinks, and then we're going to see if you guys are down to date.
Oh my God.
Honesty time. I want to know your first impression when you first met Christine.
She's beautiful. That was the first thing I noticed. So obviously eyes.
Amazing smile.
Yeah.
Beautiful eyes.
Very much so.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely highly attracted to her, but I was definitely interested in when we had the conversations and the things we thought about and how they're very similar, even if they're a little slightly different. I really like that about her too.
Well, I was going to say, you do have I would say you almost have different opinions about things, or at least maybe different ways in which you present them.
Yes.
And you did mention that you liked how Christine challenged you. Can you explain more about that?
So I'm very much so into psychology and sociology, so I'm into the Oedipus complex and the Electra complex. And so my mom is a very very strong-willed, strong-minded woman, and so I feel as though subconsciously I've taken the yield of one in a woman that's very challenging, who's very independent, very strong-willed, from the way my mom is to the woman I want to be with.
When you first brought that up, I was like,
I know.
Oedipus complex. I was like, this should be interesting. But but I love that you see strength in your mom and you want to see that reflected in someone that you're with.
Yeah.
Is Christine someone you would normally see yourself dating?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't have a preference. I'm all about, at the end of the day, you can be as attractive as you want to look. You know what I mean? But if you have no substance or no connection, I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's just like having all the knowledge in the world, but nobody to tell it to.
Yeah, exactly. And I liked that you guys challenged each other, and I liked that there was no fear with getting in depth.
Yes.
So when we got into the in-depth questions, what was going through your mind during that portion?
Honestly, I didn't have anything going through my mind. I was comfortable just as she was. So it was cool to see that.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of talk about, like, what do you think about me? What, like transparency in terms of how you thought of each other. And at the end of this, there's going to be, are you guys down to go on a second date or not?
Yeah.
What do you think Christine's going to say?
I hope she says yes, but I got a feeling like she's 95% into it.
Okay. So you got a little bit of confidence here.
For sure.
Without disclosing what you're going to choose, was there any like red flags throughout the podcast?
None that I can think of, no. I mean, and it would be a red flag based off of my insecurities, based off what we were talking about, is the whole situation of being challenged. Most people don't like to be challenged. Most people don't like to be told they're wrong. Most people don't like to not be wrong. You know, everybody wants to be right most of the time, or if not all the time. So based off of my own insecurities, which is something which I like the fact that she's challenging, is to get over that, you know, because a lot of guys specifically don't like a woman that can kind of stand up to them.
But as you said, your mom is very much that way, so that's something that you desire in a woman that you date.
Yeah, because it shows. I mean, she's been a single mom my whole life. You know what I mean? So, not saying I would leave the woman I'm with to be that situation, but just in case if something were to happen, if I were to pass away, God forbid, she'd be able to keep going.
You want someone that holds their own.
Yeah.
Independence.
Yeah.
And I think I definitely see that in Christine, so I can see what you're talking about in that regard.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm curious to see if you guys are down to date. We're going to bring Christine back in the studio.
Sweet.
And we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of this if you guys are down to date. All right, so we have Christine back in the studio. We have Skyy here as well. This is the ultimate moment where we find out if you guys are down to go on a second date. So in front of you, you have a flashcard. One side says down, one side says not. When I count to 3, you're going to reveal it to the camera and also say in your mic if you guys are down.
Okay.
Are you ready? We're just going to jump right into it.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, get you guys' flashcards. Fluffy is now rolling on the floor in anticipation for the results. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Not.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh, so we have Christine
That's okay.
said not, and then Skyy said down. Christine, I'm curious why you said not, because I feel like you guys had a good banter back and forth.
I think we had a good banter, but to be perfectly transparent, it feels a little more friendly.
Got it.
Just in terms of like the vibe that I'm looking for right now.
Got it.
And while I'd love to maybe get to know you as a friend, if I'm being perfectly honest, not feeling it there.
Okay.
I think also what I'm looking for, which we talked about earlier, is just someone who shares, I think, more of the same interests and hobbies that I have, just because I think it does make dating and getting to know each other a little easier.
Understood.
Okay.
Totally understood.
And Skyy, how do you feel about all the things?
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate you guys being open and honest and vulnerable. And I've really enjoyed this episode. So everyone stay tuned for the next episode of Down to Date. And thank you for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.